Hi everyone, Jenny with On Fire Fit, and welcome to day 3 of week 3 of our battle plan. You know the verse, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. I love that because so many times we feel like God's far away from me, and yet he is always there when we turn to him. Sometimes we're not quiet enough. Sometimes we are not paying attention. Sometimes we have an agenda. And so just getting to that point where you can create some stillness for a few moments, call on him. A lot of times what I do is kind of put myself in the throne room of God, like put myself before the throne and just imagine all the angels are singing for all eternity that he's holy, and just kind of getting myself into that place in my mind really starts to create the ability for me to hear from him. And so I encourage you to try doing that yourself. But today, as you go through the material that I wrote about, we're going to do a little bit of a dissection. So I am in the medical field, of course, and we dissect things to look at life in a different way. And when you take Bible verses and you dissect them, you really start to pick apart, what does this mean for me? How does this apply to my life? And it makes a big difference. It will start to transform you. And today we are talking about how you set your heart and mind on things above. It is very easy to get caught up in our day-to-day issues, our day-to-day problems. How do you get to the point where you set your heart and mind on things above? And I do talk about that as we go through the material here, but I will beg you to go along with me on this journey of saying things out loud. I've talked about this before, but if you are anything like me, I need repetition. I need to hear it a bunch of times before I actually start to do it. That tends to be the case for me. And I just notice a completely different way of looking at things. Some mornings I'll wake up and I'll just not feel it. I'm just not in the mood. I am not in the mood to be positive. I am not in the mood to be pushing and persistent. And when I start saying, I am persistent because the Lord has given me a spirit of power and self-control and love. I have the mind of Christ, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. When I keep saying things out loud that come from the Bible, that remind me of who I am and what God has asked me to do, all of a sudden I am motivated and it changes everything. It's kind of like what they say when you're in a bad mood. If you put a smile on your face, you start to feel better. You don't want to put a smile on your face when you're in a bad mood, but you do oftentimes notice that when you force it, sometimes that makes all the difference for you to start to change. So some of the things that we do might not feel normal. They might feel a little wacky, but if it really starts to change the way that you think, it will change how you behave. And that is the key, because what you think is what you become. And if we don't think right thoughts, then we will continue on the wrong track, and you will still be facing that battle, that same giant. You'll still be going around the mountain another time. And so we do need to change things if we want to see things change. I know, I'm so smart, right? Anyway, I hope that that is helpful to you. I look forward to hearing from you on how all of this is going for you. And until I see you tomorrow, go out and live on fire.